Alrighty, so here we are. That is our pork ready to go in the broth. Don't let it burn. I think. What is going on, you beautiful people? Welcome to a brand new video. Welcome to a brand new episode of Zach's Disney Cooking. I hope you're all doing fantastic. I hope you're all doing well. It's been a while since we've done one of these. Certainly has been a while since we've done one of these. It was the cheesy garlic bread, the versus between me and Steve and Shaz when she was over there with Steve last. Yeah, I want to do another one of those sometime soon, so keep your eyes open for that. But for today, we're combining not one, but two cookbooks to make one giant cookbook. Oh yes, we are doing the Galactic Kebabs here from the Lilo and Stitch official cookbook here. And we are also going to be making a baked macaroni and cheese fries from Animal Kingdom. I'm very excited for this. The oven is on, it is prepped. Now, I'm going to do this a little bit more conventional. It asked me to do a pressure cooker. We're going to slow cook it in the oven for a few hours. I feel like that is the best way to make a pulled pork. Now, yeah, that is, personally, that's the way we're going to do it. So we've got my Dutch oven here, like slow cooker oven, like pot here. And so let me show you what we're running with. Let me show you what we're making, what ingredients we need to make this pulled pork insatiably tasty. So, in order to make this, we are following the recipe for the baked macaroni and cheese, but we are going to substitute the mac and cheese with fries. We're going to make those just a little bit later on. So, in order for this, you need pork, obviously. You need brown sugar. You need some barbecue sauce. We've opted for Sweet Baby Ray's. That is one of my favourites. We've got some ground cumin there. We've got some onion granules, pepper, paprika, beef stock, garlic granules, and some salt there as well. I've gone for sea salt. You can use any salt you choose to. We've got a big bowl here. We're going to make the sauce here. So we're going to do that. And in the pot, we have got some vegetable oil ready to go to simmer this in for a good few hours. So let's piece it together. Let's see what we need to do. Let's go. So, in order to make this recipe work, we need that pork to be cut up. So, that is one of the first things we are going to do. Okay, so it says to cut this into 2-inch cubes. So, that is the first thing we're going to do. It's going to cut it into little cubes here. All right, so we're just going to get this in here. Into our Dutch oven there, and that should be more than enough between 4 people there. Initially this recipe does, I think it says 8 people, so yeah, and more than enough for 4 there, and then some. So now we need this medium bowl. Move this out of the way because we don't need that just yet. That will be clean in just a few minutes. Now, inside of our bowl, we need a tablespoon. Do we? Yes, we do. All right, we need a tablespoon of a light brown sugar. There we go. All right, that's that there. We also need a teaspoon. So we need 2 teaspoons of paprika. That's 1, 2, there we go. Then we also need garlic powder. 2 teaspoons of that also. So we've got garlic granules here. Same thing, different words. That's 2. Amazing. We need 2 teaspoons of onion powder. That's 1, 2, a little bit extra, there we go. What else do we need? Salt, pepper, and cumin. So we need 1 teaspoon of salt. So 1 teaspoon, I think, is like 10 grains, something like that. I don't know how many I did there, but and we need 1 teaspoon of black pepper as well, which we've got there. And then we also need cumin. How many teaspoons of cumin? Half a teaspoon of cumin. There we go. Coated. Now, what do we do with that? Alright, so this needs to go. Just going to give that a bit of a stir around there to make sure that it is all broken up and everything like that. Alright, this is our little mixture here that we're working with there. Perfect. So then it says to toss it in the cubes and yeah. So there we go. We're gonna get our hands in that. I hate doing this, but hey ho, you gotta do what you gotta do. I hate touching raw meat with my hands, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. There we go. Alright. That should be perfect. Let me wash my hands real quick. Alright, it says to add it to. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna let this thing here. We're gonna do the broth. So we're gonna put the broth in. So we need a jug, and we need to make 1 1/4 cups of broth. Right, so I'm just gonna do how many cubes do I need? How many? I think it's just 1. I think I just need 1. So we've got 1 there. But then I need to get some boiling water on that, so we're going to get the kettle on in just a minute. Alrighty, we are back. We have got our pork here in the cooker, in the pot here, and we've got our little broth here. Now, what do I need to do? I need to mix together barbecue sauce and beef broth. Now, the only thing I forgot to pick up was apple cider vinegar. I thought I had some. I didn't, but hey ho, it is what it is. So, in a large bowl, we need to mix together the barbecue sauce and the beef broth. So, I'm going to do that real quick. Let me just wash this bowl out. Let me wash this bowl. Hot dog. Alrighty, so we've got beef broth. So we need 1 cup of barbecue sauce, but I'm just going to put in, I think I can figure out 1 cup worth. There we go. That should be about a cup's worth there. Just a little bit more, and then we need to combine that with the broth and then make that into our mixture here to go over the pork here for a few hours. There we go, look at that. And I might also, just because we like it just a little bit with an extra little bit of a kick, we're going to go with the Antonia original hot pepper sauce. This is the one that I've got open at the moment. I'm a bit of a sucker for a bit of a hot sauce. Everybody seems to like it as well, which is good. Certainly adds to the flavours, it sure does. And you know what? Spicy is nice, you know? That's going to go in here, in this broth mix here. Yes, there we go. Alright, we'll just make sure all of that is covered up. Oh, sugar. Alrighty, so here we are. That is our pork ready to go in the broth. Oh, it smells delicious. So yeah, there we go. That'll be cooking for a good few hours in the cooker, in the oven. So yeah, join me in a little bit later. I finish off the rest of the recipe. For you, it'll be almost instantaneously. For me, probably about 4 hours. So yeah, I will see y'all now.
4 hours later.
Alrighty, so it's been a couple of hours. The pork is in, it is cooking, it smells delicious in here. We are going to start prepping the potatoes here. Get those fried into the air fryer. And then start preparing the skewers as well for dinner. I've also got some cheese to grate over the top of the pulled pork as well. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's do it. Alrighty, so we're gonna prep these potatoes up. So let me just move the chicken out the way. Yeah, fairly standard. We're just making standard fries here. I am gonna do skin on fries, just because I prefer skin on fries, honestly. Yeah. I do prefer skin on fries. Alrighty, so I'm just going to cut these into halves, I believe. I'm going to put them back in there. I think that is probably the best way to do it. There are a few tomatoes there. I'm not really a fan of like cooked tomatoes in that sense. Like I'm not a big fan of that. Not really a big fan of tomatoes in general, if I'm honest. I like them. I like them as like a tomato base or like a, you know, tomato sauce, but not a massive fan of cooked tomatoes. I'm going to get rid of that little bit there as well. There we go. Bit of pepper there as well to put on. All right, so going to get those skewers started in just a moment. Alrighty, so chicken is all cooked up there. I am going to sugar, that was a bit loud. I was going to get the pan out ready to cook there for that, and I feel like I need to just look at the guides, looking at the recipe here. Where are we? Page 19, yes. For this recipe, I need sriracha, soy sauce, honey, rice vinegar, sesame oil, ginger, garlic, sea salt, and ground pepper in a large bowl. So I'm going to do that now. No, that's everything. Okay, cool. So, alrighty, so we just need to prep that in. So let's get this undone here. This is a brand new bottle here of sriracha. How much do we need of that? Half a cup. Okay. I feel like that's enough there. There we go. What do we need of honey? 1/4 of a cup. Okay. There we go. That should do. We need half cup of soy sauce. There we go. That should be about half a cup. There we go. Rice vinegar. How much rice vinegar do we need? 1 tablespoon. Okay. There we go. What else do we need? Fresh ginger. So we've got this this squeezy one here. How much do we need of this? 1 tablespoon. Sesame oil. 3/4 of a cup. Sesame oil. Yeah, that'll do. go. Salt and pepper. It says we need to whisk it. So, need to whisk it real good. Chicken and mushrooms. I don't think I'm doing the mushrooms. I was going to do the chicken. I'm going to give it a quick stirring. There we go, because I don't want to be getting my hands dirty, because I've got a plaster on my hands this time around, because I slightly nicked my finger on a knife as I was cutting up the chicken. I'm like, oh, that's potatoes even. I was like, oh, that's so dumb. What are we doing? Drain the marinade into a small saucepan. That's what we're going to do here. Do that. Get some cooking oil on there. And then what we need to do, my dude, is we need to put the stuff on the ting. Stuff on the ting. So, we've got some skewers here. What we've got. Bish bash bosh. There they are. Hello. Don't burn it. Don't do it. Don't let it burn. Don't let it burn. It's that. Alright, cool. Cool. Right, let's get these sorted here. Let's get these turned over. Alright, there we go. Right, they should take about 10 minutes. I think whilst we're doing that, I'll sort the pork out too. Alrighty, so we've got about 4 minutes left for those fries to be done. And we've got about 5 minutes on these skewers, as well as I'm just finishing off these here. Oh, sugar. Another 5 minutes on those or so, I'd say, just to make sure that they are fully cooked through in terms of the chicken. Don't want anyone being ill, because then it'd be I don't want to do that. A couple more minutes on those fries, 3 minutes on those fries. So I'll be back with you in a moment when we are plating it up. Alright, and there it is. Pulled pork French fries with, oh sugar, galactic skewers. There it is. A lot of fun to make. I feel like I've messed up the pork a little bit. It does seem a little dry, so that's my bad. I think I left it in the oven for a little bit too long, maybe about half an hour too long. That's my bad. I do apologise. Should taste good all the same. But yeah, that's everything. Looks good. Can't wait to give it a go. See what it's like. Tell you what though, boys, it's sweaty in here now. Oh, it's warm. Holy, look at me, I'm sweating my back out. I don't even know why it's that warm. Probably because the oven's on been from for a long time. Anyhow, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. If you want to see any more Disney cooking videos, please let me know. If you want to see anything in particular on the channel, again, let me know. Road to 500, we're almost there, we're at 444, I think. So, big thank you to all of y'all. Let's get to 500 by the time we go to Paris in November for a super special giveaway. It's all up to you. If you want to be part of the giveaway, it's all up to you to get us there. So, enjoy. Again, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. And I will see y'all in the next one. Till then, much love. Peace.
Yo, Zach in the house, yeah, you know that's the name. Flamingo drip, pink vibe, zero shame. From the fairway swing to the Disney parade. Living that dream while the rest just fade. Got a golf club.